But for these daisies, I did do magic circles. So I will show you how I do them. It's not necessarily how people tell you how to do them. But the cool thing about fiber arts is you have to find what works for you. That's the art part of it, at least. Yeah, I don't mind doing it. And I will show you. So I have my yarn here, and I'm going to refer to the end of this as the tail and the rest of this as the working yarn. So I'll take the tail in my right hand, and then I'm just going to cross over with the working yarn like this. So working yarn on top. And then this is where I take my hook, I go in the circle, I keep pinching it here, and then I'm going to yarn over, pull through the middle of the circle, and then I'm going to do one chain. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through here. And it looks like kind of a confusing mess, but as long as you keep that pinched right here, I'm going to yarn over, and I'm just going to do some half double stitches. So I need to do 8 of them. So I yarned over, I'm going to go in the center, and I'm yarning over, pulling through, one more yarn over, and I'm going to pull through one more time, yarn over, going to go through the circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all those loops. So I did 2 half double crochets. Oh, I like your method. It simplifies things. So I'm going to do a few more of these. I need to do 6 more half double stitches. So I'm going to go a little bit faster. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm going to double check real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I'm counting, I'm only counting, hold on, let me bring this a little bit closer so it's easier for you to see. Okay, so I'm counting, there's the front loop and the back loop here, right? So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now here comes the magic part. We have our tail. I'm going to pinch right here at the end. I'm going to hold it, and we're going to pull that out, and we're going to drawstring it. So bam. And then you can do your slip stitch or whatever. Since I'm going to be switching to a different color, I'm not going to do that with the yellow. I'm going to wait until I can do that with the white. Do you want to see how I make a daisy? I can go ahead and get that done since we're... Alright, so I'm going to take my contrasting color, and I'm going to pull through this beginning part of the circle and then through here, and that way I don't have yellow coming out here, and it's, you know, nice seamless color change. So I'm going to yarn over, chain 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually going to make it a little bit longer than I made these, so I'm going to do a 5th one. And so I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go 1, 2 from the end here. So 1, 2, and I'm going to go in through both the front and back loop, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through again. So for the tip of this petal, it's just going to be a half double stitch, but so we can get a little bit of width here, I'm going to do 2 double crochet stitches. So I yarned over, I'm going through the chain, and then I'm yarning over and pulling through just 2, yarning over and pulling through the last 2. I'll do that one more time. So yarn over, going through the chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. And then I need it to be, you know, kind of like a woo shape. So we're going back to a half double down here. So yarn over, going through the chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops. Now I need to anchor this, so I'm going to go into this next spot here. Love me some woo shape. So I'm going through the back and the front loop, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch. So I'm just going to yarn over, pull through here and here, and that's our first petal. So we're going to immediately go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and same thing as before. I'm skipping this first chain. We're going to the second one. We're just doing a half double, and then we're going to do our double crochet. So that's a yarn over, going through the chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through the last 2, and then we're doing a half double again. So yarn over, go through the chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and going through all 3 of those loops, and then I go to the next stitch and we're anchoring that down, and that's how I make my petals. So I'll go a little bit faster just so I can get through the remaining 6 petals here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did it. I remembered to do 8 petals this time. So you can kind of see how the center here is, hold on, let me, before I start showing you one thing, let me get this thing. I'm gonna get this here, and then that finishes that out. So, okay. I still didn't cut that part. I usually leave like really long tails, and that way I have more to tuck things in with. So you can see how the center is kind of pulling apart and opening back up or whatever. We don't want that, right? So I'm going to pull it a little bit tighter, and then I'm going to take one of my tapestry needles and I'm going to just thread that sumbitch. And then I'm going to go through the center part here, and this will help tighten things up. And I just kind of like pull as I go, but don't do it super, super tight. Learning tension isn't really something that you can like read about or have someone like tell you about. It's kind of something that you got to feel out for yourself, and everyone's tension is going to vary. But that's like one of those things that you kind of like learn as you go. So I'm just going to keep going around. I just do a couple loops at a time.